السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. معكم زينب السيد, Science Teacher. Today, inshallah, I am going to complete our previous lesson, which is related to Primary 4, First Term, Unit 1, Lesson 1, which is Measuring Tools أو أدوات القياس. We have studied before in the previous two videos that each matter, and we took previously the definition of matter. Matter, it is anything that has a mass and a volume, or anything that has a mass and occupy a space. ده definition بتاع الماتر أو تعريف المادة. Any matter, it has length, mass, and also it has volume. And we took previously the measuring tools and the measuring unit of length, the measuring tools and the measuring unit of mass. Today, inshallah, this video is talking about the volume, and we will take in this video the measuring tools and the measuring unit of volume. Are you ready? Let's start. So, volume, it has measuring tools, أدوات القياس, and also measuring units, وحدات القياس. خليني أفكركم بالفرق بين the difference between the measuring tools and the measuring units. I told you before that the measuring tools, which we mean that we can hold them by our hands, الحاجات اللي بقدر أمسكها بإيدي. طب يا ترى إيه هي measuring tools of volume? We have two measuring tools of volume, which are ruler or graduated ruler or measuring ruler اللي هي المسطرة العادية, and cylinder. In which cases we use ruler and in which cases we use cylinder. So, as I told you before, that the measuring tools أو أدوات القياس of volume are ruler and cylinder. يا ترى إمتى بستخدم الرولر وإمتى بستخدم السلندر؟ We use ruler to measure, and I told you that measure, which means يقيس أو لقياس. We use ruler to measure the volume, حجم, of regular solid body. What is meant by regular solid body? Regular يعني منتظم. Solid, which means صلب. يعني إيه جسم صلب منتظم؟ يعني جسم صلب, solid, which it has length, width, and height. For example, this box is considered as a regular solid body. I told you before, regular, which means منتظم. Solid يعني حاجة صلبة جامدة. أهي this box ديت عبارة عن حاجة جامدة. طب يعني إيه regular؟ يعني إيه جسم صلب منتظم؟ Which means it has length, عنده طول, width, عرض, and height, ارتفاع. And also this pencil case, it is considered as a regular solid body because it has length, عندها طول, width, وعندها عرض, and height, وعندها ارتفاع. Also this box, it is considered as a regular solid body. It has length, width, and height. So we use the ruler to measure the volume of regular solid body. Regular solid body like what? Like book, notebook, pencil case, mobile, brick, قالب الطوب, and so on. All these examples are considered as regular solid body. But the question now, how can we use ruler to measure the volume of regular solid body? Let me give you example, and from the example we can calculate, هنقدر نحسب and measure the volume of regular solid body. For example, this is a regular solid body and this is our ruler, how we can calculate and measure the volume of this regular solid body. First of all, we will measure its length by using the ruler. As I told you before, here we have the length will be equal 16 centimeter. So first of all, the length equal 16 centimeter. Then we are going to measure the width. هنقيس الوidth العرض. Here the width equal 6. Yeah, it is 6 centimeter. هوضحها لكم كده أكتر. الوidth كان 6 centimeter. So the width equal 6 centimeter. And we measure the height, الارتفاع. The height equal 1 centimeter. Height equal 1 centimeter. طيب بعد ما جبت اللينث والويدث والهايت المفروض أعمل إيه؟ في عندي mathematical relationship أو rule لازم الولاد بيحفظوها اللي هي قانون حجم الجسم الصلب المنتظم. The volume of regular solid body. This is, we can call it the mathematical relationship or the rule. Volume of regular solid body equal length times width times height. And we can write it in a simple way in symbols. Length times width times height. طبعا في ناس بتقول عليها times على علامة times ديت اللي هي الإكس. في ناس بتقولها by. في ناس بتقولها multiply. All are the same. بعد كده بنبتدي نعمل عملية التعويض بالأرقام. So the volume equal 16 times 6 times 1 equal, and we write here the result. وهقول لكم ايه اللي انا كتبتها دي دلوقتي، ايه الكيوبيك سنتيمتر اللي انا كتبتها دلوقتي. نرجع تاني نفتكر احنا قلنا ايه. I told you before that the measuring tools of volume are ruler and cylinder. We use ruler to measure the volume of regular solid body, and I give you examples of regular solid body. In this case, our mathematical relationship is volume equal length times width times height. We can calculate the volume by this relationship. يبقى ده أول قانون لازم نحفظه، اللي هو إزاي بنجيب الحجم أو الفوليوم بتاع الجسم الصلب المنتظم، أو how we can measure the volume of regular solid body. So in this case we use the ruler المسطرة or graduated ruler or measuring ruler. The second tool by which we can calculate the volume, we can call it the cylinder. ايه هي السلندر دي؟ عبارة عن ايه؟ اولا لازم يكون الطالب فاهم السلندر دي شكلها عامل ازاي. السلندر ديت شكلها زي الكوباية الازاز، بس بتكون طويلة شوية graduated، طبعا ليها قاعدة بتثبت عليها، وبتكون زي ما انا قلت لكم graduated مدرجة زي الرولر. طيب وكل طبعا degree مكتوب عليها نمبر معين. طب يا ترى احنا بنستخدم السلندر دي في ايه؟ نجيب الفوليوم بتاع مين؟ We use the cylinder for two things. First of all, we use it to measure the volume of liquids. Measure لقياس the volume حجم of liquids. liquids which means السوائل المواد السائلة and we use the cylinder to measure the volume of liquids بنجيب بيها حجم الأجسام السائلة and you took this word before I think in primary 3 liquids which means السائل أي جسم سائل like water, oil, perfume, vinegar, for example benzene, kerosene, alcohol كل ديت liquids. All these examples are considered as liquids. How we can use the cylinder to measure the volume of liquids. بس قبل ما اديلكوا ازاي بستخدم السلندر علشان اجيب الفوليوم بتاع الليكويدز I told you that I use the cylinder to measure the volume of two things. First of all, I use it to measure the volume of liquids. The second function الوظيفة الثانية للسلندر which we use to measure بنستخدمها لقياس the volume حجم of irregular solid body جسم صلب ولكن غير منتظم. It is used to measure the volume of irregular. هنا كانت irregular بنستخدمها to measure the volume of regular solid body جسم صلب منتظم. While on the other hand the cylinder we use it to measure the volume of irregular which means غير منتظم irregular solid body. So the second step in our lesson to learn with each other how can we use the cylinder to measure the volume of liquids and to measure the volume of irregular solid body. Let's start with liquids. In a simple way to use the cylinder to measure the volume of liquids, we bring the cylinder, then we put it an amount of water and then we take the reading. بس كده بنجيب السلندر اللي هي عبارة عن كأس زجاجي مدرج بنحط فيه الليكويدز اللي احنا عايزين نجيب الحجم بتاعه وبعد كده بنشوف القراية ديت وصلت لحد فين. مفيش أسهل من كده. So I will repeat it again. We bring the cylinder and put inside it the liquid. هنحط جوه السلندر الليكويد that we want to measure its volume. Then I will take the reading. باخد القراية. Is it easy? Of course it is easy. So this reading, for example, it will be, for example, 25. So the volume, we conclude that بنستنتج إن the volume of liquid, whatever the type of liquid, water, oil, and so on, equal 25 cubic centimeter. أنا لسه برضو ما اديتش measuring units. Okay? هنا السؤال بيجيلي بطريقة يعني مختلفة شوية. السؤال بيقول the reading indicates أو when you measure the volume of liquids by cylinder, the reading indicates complete. I will repeat the question again. While the question is complete when you put an amount كمية of water أو قال لي of liquid in a cylinder جوه cylinder, the reading القراءة indicate بتدل على blank. This is our question. When you put an amount of water or an amount of liquid, whatever the type of liquid, in a cylinder, the reading indicates القراءة بتدل على إيه؟ Yes, the reading indicates القراءة اللي احنا خدناها بتدل على the volume of liquid. It indicates the volume of liquids. يبقى أنا قلت إن السلندر هي تاني measuring tools بجيب بيها الفوليوم، بستخدمها استخدامين two ways. The first use أول استخدام we use it to measure the volume of liquids, and the second use we use it to measure the volume of irregular solid body. أنا كتبت الكلام ده في البيبر دي لو تفتكروا أهي. السلندر طبعا الرولر خلاص خلصنا منها. الرولر طبعا احنا كل ده في الميجرينج تولز، محدش يتلخبط لسه ما جيناش للميجرينج يونتس. الميجرينج تولز رولر سلندر. رولر سلندر. ruler used to measure the volume of regular solid body, and this is the rule or mathematical relation. On the other hand, the cylinder, it has two importance which are used to measure the volume of liquids, ودي خلاص احنا خدناها. The second use for the cylinder, we use it to measure the volume of irregular solid body. How can we use it to measure the volume of irregular solid body؟ ده في قانون وفي شغل، ومش عايزة الفيديو يطول عليكم، فأنا هكتفي بهذا القدر وهعمله لكم إن شاء الله في الفيديو القادم. أتمنى تكونوا فهمتوا الدرس، والسلام عليكم.